Well, I've only known of the one, and so that's, I'm obviously not quite up to date with the whole...
Well, if you've got a resume like that, you might as well show it off. Doran in. And whip that one nicely off the hip, off Tiven, and it's into the orchestra pit over there.
Well, Tiven just looks like he really needs to warm up. He pitches up, and as predicted earlier on, Tiven has gone boom, straight back over his head. Where you see the big backswing, he's just sort of hit it.
Yeah.
And he's almost put it into the commentary box, really.
Look, I'll tell you what, why don't we, I'll put a donation on the line for that, and any of the players that do get it up into the commentary box, I'll splash some catch out for everyone that comes out. Sol Pietro with Doran, and he's bowled him.
Now, if we go to the replay there, he has got the stutter. Have you seen the stutter there from him?
Yeah, the stutter. Do you reckon it did him in?
I reckon it's a good tactic.
Rhett Lockyer coming into the attack.
Well, lots of controversy with the subfielders in the Australian team this year. As Rhett Lockyer comes in, and he just bowls a very straight ball, and they take. Oh, there's a mix-up, and Caleb Jewell, he's out, run out.
He's just seen his newly appointed Sheffield Shield opener run himself out for one.
After being run out
and he's got a smile on his face, but Dan Marsh is out when he's fuming. He's not happy.
Lend a hand to Hugo, young gun.
As Marsh comes round the wicket again to Triffett. Oh, is that the slowest of slower balls there?
And I think the umpire Ike there definitely looking after Dan Marsh.
Oh.
An impressive strike there from Triffett, and a wonderful effort out there on the boundary has gone unrewarded.
As Marsh comes around the wicket again, and he's gone reverse and he's gone up, but he's mishit it, and it's Townsend underneath, and Townsend's taking the catch, and Triffett is out.
Great extension of the Dukes there by Wade Townsend.
Wade Townsend doesn't drop those.
But it's a superb knock from Triffett.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That was some incredible ball striking.
For 84, I believe.
A nice treat for the crowd, really. A nice way to get you warmed up.
As a crowd, that was the best, really highlights of 5 overs there. Some great shots.
Is Corey
big
Murphy.
hits. As Diven comes into bowl. Oh, it's a slower ball, and Willis just heave-hos again. And unlucky from Diven. That was a real late adjustment from Willis there. Probably just reactionary batting.
But that's the modern batsman, though, isn't it, Lane? Being able to adjust mid-stroke, strong wrists, good bats.
As we've got young Hugo, who's actually the foundation's named after. He's just running around on the field out there.
As his ball skied off the switch hit from Willis. Townsend coming in, takes the catch, and Rawson. Well, you can hit him for 6 twice, but don't try and do it a 3rd time. Chris Rawson.
And he's just giving Silky some instructions there of what he thinks should happen in the field with him.
Don't mind that. The young buck hearing from the old head. Oh, Jordan Silk has put down an absolute sitter. We gave him a massive rap earlier.
I think that one is going on YouTube, is it not? That has got to go on
We
YouTube.
all got the phones out. We all saw that one.
That is definitely going to be re-recorded and go on YouTube. Just in disbelief of Silk dropping that catch.
Look, I've seen him do some absolutely amazing things on the training ground and on TV.
And they've picked their fielder superbly there. Collins has not moved. He's just... Most fieldsmen would have got there quite easily, but he's just gone, I cannot be bothered tonight.
Look, that's fair. And you're out here for your batting talents, not your fielding talents. And if the bowler bowls that sort of rubbish, well, maybe he deserves to be hit for 4.
Oh, and he's got the underarm down the ground, back to get it back in, and he's just really casual about his cricket. It's bounced for 4.
In your defence, Wade Townsend is out there, so it's not hard to hit over the top of him. As Rawson in to Murfitt once more. And it's flighted, and Murfitt lazily hits that over to the groundsman's hut for a maximum. Rawson again to Murfitt. It's flatter, and Murfitt hits that one back at Rawson, and he's caught it. Unbelievable. Wouldn't have seen fast reactions there from Chris Rawson. Have to feel for Corey Murfitt. He wouldn't have, anybody else in the All-Star side wouldn't have caught that, except for Chris Rawson, showing all his experience and cat-like reflexes, managed to pouch that one. And he's the key wicket taker now for the All-Stars. He now has 2 for 34 off his 10 balls. Now, I'm taking some bets on the length of the run-up here from Wimmo. How long do you reckon, Lane Train?
I'm going for the 4 steps. I think it's just a quick bounce.
He's stepping it out, and gee, this is ambitious from Wimmo. He's
I'm very
at least
far
10 so far.
I've definitely got...
I think he was just actually trying to get the marker. That's all he was doing.
Because I've definitely got on my sheet in front of me, right arm off spin.
Yeah, look, I think that's a generous description for Wimo's ability, but it looks like he'll come round the wicket. It's just the lazy 10 so far off the 2 balls from the Collins over. Freitag with some impressive striking. He's getting a little bit of a wriggle on.
Oh, and he's pulled it back down. And yeah, Freitag has said, "Yep, see ya."
Got a nice, satisfying clunk there from the change rooms over there. You like hearing that? You like hearing the ball thump into something?
From the large amount of money spent from the Hobart City Council on this ground this year, that has been my only addition.
As Silk will bowl here to Freitag. And gentle, you'd have to say, and Freitag puts that where it deserves. But handily, the ball's actually hit the seats over the boundary there and rebounded back to the fieldsman. So that was quite a handy bit of cricket there, really. Quite efficient, more than anything.
And that's what we're all about with the T20 game. It's in and out quickly, family-based stuff.
Exactly.
And if the chairs can help us out, there's nothing really.
Silk, you have to wonder what's going through the mind now. Bring your third man up, which I have to feel is a necessary move at Jordan Silk's pace. He'll come in again to Freitag. And short and Freitag edges. He's got a third man. What a genius move by Jordan Silk. He brought the third man up, chucked it out wide. Freitag fell for the bait and brilliantly caught there. And the 6th wicket down now, the Freitag, the danger man, removed.
I'm not actually sure if has John Dakin entered the playing arena yet?
Look, he hasn't, but I think he's a man that's been brought here for his presence at the batting crease rather than in the field. As Butterworth to Rose, and Rose heaves with all his might. Yeah,
Rose looks very much like he's trying to whack the ball. Yeah. He looks very much. His head lifts, his arms get flexed, he goes for it.
Nice throwback tune from DJ Teach on the mic. As Butterworth to Pycroft, who swings away to the mid-wicket boundary and is nicely caught out there by Red Lockyer.
That sort of work from Todd Penny really takes you back to the backyard where it's hit into the bush and you've gone that when you know someone's not quite switched on enough, you've got, I can't find it, and it's the run-out's affected from it.
Butterworth to Rose, who goes big, launching towards the H.C. Smith sand and into the crowd. Ooh. A wonderful shot. As the great J.C. Silk will once again come on to Rose. And Rose hits it very high out towards the boundary there. I think it's going to fall short and neatly taken. There's Silk, and nicely flicked off the pads there, and it'll trickle away to the boundary, and Doran's away. Top of his mark, rolls in again to Doran, and Doran carves that through cover. That's a genuinely nice shot. Probably one of the few genuinely nice shots we've seen today. As Silk in again, and dispatched back past him by Doran, doing some nice work out there. Oh no, gone past. Did very well to get round to that. You just head to the Facebook page.
Facebook page. Lend a hand to Hugo. Type it in your search bar. Like the page to follow the updates, and you can donate there. As Benjamin Fraser comes in a bowl, and he's pitched up and he's dispatched straight back the ground by his fellow teammate, normally on the weekend, Jordan Silk. As Fraser's been good here. He's bowled dot balls there, which is what the young guns need. As he comes in to bowl again. Oh, and Silk's gone bang, straight back down the ground. Heads is the call.
That's Phil Gowns.
He's got a very big lens. And look, he's even look at that technique out there. The technique on him is superb. As Rose comes in to bowl. And look at that effort. The effort there from Tom Trippett was superb.
No doubt be many people lining up for that.
Oh, as the ball's hit high there, and he's already walking as Benjamin Fraser takes a good catch. Yeah, Divin to be on strike to Rose, who is a fellow teammate of him down at Kingborough, or used to be. I'm not sure what Divin sort of plays when he feels like it these days in first grade.
I wouldn't mind reaching that level of capability where I could pick and choose my my dates to play. As Divin immediately sweeps him for 4. Really quite an impressive stroke to get off the mark.
We've just had a Powerade spillage in the comm box, but luckily it's a minor, and as Bale comes in to bowl.
All the equipment's safe to the boys in the production booth. Nothing
spilled. And he's nicked Silk off, and Silk's off. Just maybe as Bell comes in to bowl here, and Divin just works it beautifully, just for a quick single. Oh!
Trippett out there scurrying around looking for... in fact, he's hit Dan Marsh there, I think. Might have hit him on the bat. and the ball's actually deflected to the boundary.
He wants Marsh on strike, though, as he comes in to bowl, and he drops it sort of short, and Diven just dispatches that.
As Pycroft in again to Diven, who just launches him down the ground. Chance of a catch, and Freitag has taken it.
Opportunity for Lukey Doramo, trying to get himself back into some Tigers, sort of. He's come down here with his brother Jake, really looking for an opportunity in Tassie, and after being dismissed by New South Wales, so it's an opportunity here, bowling to the head coach.
Now where's Dan Marsh going to hit here, Lane? As Doran into Marsh. It's down the tracker, lofting him over the top of the mid-off fieldsman there for a 6.
It's very much... I feel the game's evenly poised at the moment. It could really go either way. A couple of wickets to the young guns could really heap a lot of pressure on.
A lot of batting in the shed, though.
Oh, as Marsh goes big over mid-wicket. And the other player that's leaving field is Corey Murphy. As Triffett comes in to bowl, and he's struck down Marsh on the pad, and he's out. He's out, and look at him. He's happy with himself. I'm enthused by the amount of Kingborough players willing to put their body on the line for the Lend a Hand to Hugo Foundation
I
tonight.
think that's very impressive from the Kingborough players. Well done. There's Freitag into Rawson, who goes big over backward square. He's got himself his first 6, and finally some excitement from Chris Rawson. A lot resting on the shoulders of Wade Townsend here, as again he shuffles across the crease and backs away over the top, gets himself another maximum. Fraser into Townsend, and down the leg side, it's going to be 4. Whether it's off the pad or the bat, I'm not quite sure. Clive Rose has put his body on the line and got there.
Exquisite effort from Clive Rose there. The look on determination. If we could get a replay of that, please. The look of determination on his face as he chased that ball down is superb.
And what I find most impressive is that he's in the Shield squad, as we see the replay here, and he'll come into your screen in just a moment as Townsend goes big into the training nets again. Ben Fraser won't be happy with that. He stands and looks back, and Wade Townsend, yes, the little wobble down the crease.
Massive bomb.
Townsend's put it back into his own office. His office actually is located there. That's his indoor training facility over there. Domain Sports Centre, I think.
I was going to say he's going to cost himself some repair work. He keeps peppering that boundary. So the replay there of Rose.
Oh!
And over the top! The step away and flip over the top of the keeper. Couple of bounces into the rope for 4.
Oh, superb batting from Townsend. Shimmy, shimmy, go-go, I've called it.
There's Pycroft into Rawson, who's beaten by flight there and collapses on the pitch. In his defence, it is probably the longest he's batted in a couple of years, so he probably is starting to feel the pinch out there.
He's probably really enjoying himself, to be honest. As Pycroft will look to bowl to Townsend here. What's Townsend going to offer up?
I'd say it's swat over mid-wicket.
Oh, superb. Townsend's picked his spot, and that is fantastic batting.
The master at work. This is probably the over that things will hinge on here, I would imagine, Lane. There's Triffett to Townsend, who uses his hands to punch that through cover. He'll get another boundary. It's yet another 4 for Wade Townsend.
As Murphy comes in to bowl. And Free opens his arms, but I think this is going to be out.
Ben Fraser's getting around to it and gets there. Using that as a stick.
The county superstar from England. He's played a lot of county cricket, a lot of first-class cricket in England. As Tails, again, is struggling with his power rate. There's a lot of spillage going on in the combox here, and unfortunately we don't have a live camera to replay it, but it's...
And again, I'd like to point out to the Duff TV guys that none of it has got anywhere near the equipment, so relax, guys.
As he comes into bowl, he pitches up. Dakin just have a look at it.
Dakin still hit that pretty well.
He's not happy with himself, though, Johnny Dakin, is he? Oh.
In fact, he's chipped that back to Doran and he's out. So
he's out. I didn't even realise he was out.
He hit it pretty well.
I thought he'd hit the ground. Obviously.
That, I have to admit, is one of the most disappointing things I've seen all day.
And a first ball duck.
John Dakin, a first ball duck.
John Dakin has participated in exactly 1 ball of today's fixture after failing to field. His involvement lasted for all of about 2 minutes.
Daniel Salpietro to the crease here.
Salpietro.
And this man can bat. Again, floats that one up. Townsend tries the big shot.
Just too full to pull that up in the air to sweep that, I feel.
Oh! That's hit him. That is an excellent bit of fielding out there in the deep from Alex Pycroft.
As the ball runs away, and they'll take another run off that.
Alex Pycroft has hit the stumps from about 60 metres away. And many of the young guns there feel that Townsend was tardy and was out of his crease. Etiquette takes it. As he comes in, Townsend, big! Over the top of the man at mid-wicket, and it's another maximum.
It just seems to be a sign of it's a bit of a macho-ness, isn't it, from keepers?
Look,
just like I'm here.
It's the equivalent of watermelons under the arms for the keeper. They love to show off. As a swing in the air, Doran getting back, takes the catch. A lovely piece of flighted bowling there from Clive Rose.
Now, Wimmo, I'm not very familiar with Wimmo Tales. Talk me through him. A-grade.
Wimmo does have a signature stroke that. Look, we are a family program, so I'll just describe it as a dog going to the bathroom.
As Rose comes into bowl, he pitches up very high, and Wimmo just sort of flat backs it, and he's struggling to get between the wickets.
Pulled up very short there as Wimmo.
And remember, if you want to donate to the Lend a Hand to Hugo Foundation, just go onto the Facebook page and type in Lend a Hand to Hugo and like the page.
As bowled and simultaneously injured Wade Townsend there as Gabe Bell. Could have actually been more dangerous than setting off for the run. There's Doran in again, and Pinnington is stumped.
Oh,
nice piece of work there from Doran. He'll be very happy to claim a wicket. As Collins swings.
And Rawson takes off.
And there will be a run out to finally finish the game. Down the track and high over the top of mid-off. One bounce. I don't know if it's quite got the legs.
It's going, it's rolling hard.
And yes, makes it to the fence. And that is the game. Game over here. And it looks like the Young Guns have won by 21 runs over the All-Stars.
It does go for 4.
A very impressive match, you'd have to say, Lane.
Yeah, I was very happy to be here tonight. It was fantastic cricket displayed. I think Tom Triffitt's hitting early on was superb to watch.
Brilliant to watch, and in fact, most of the Young Guns were very impressive with the bat. And some canny captaincy from Alex Pycroft managed to get the Young Guns over the line, despite the best efforts of Wade Townsend. Shaking hands in the post-match. It looks all very amicable out there. The occasional push and shove, the odd punch thrown, but it's fine. That's cricket.
I think the biggest thing tonight is to thank Lukey Williams for organising tonight's event. Remember, you can go to the Facebook page, Lend a Hand to Hugo. Type that in your search bar. Like the page, follow the updates, donate, follow the events that are going on. And thank you to everyone who put on tonight and helped us, Duff TV. And thanks for being with us.
Well, not a problem, Lane.
Yeah.
No, it was a very impressive effort by all involved, particularly by Luke for the Lend a Hand to Hugo Foundation. Don't forget, if you do want to donate, go to the Lend a Hand to Hugo Facebook page. Just center it in the top of the search bar there, and you'll find it. And
thanks for being with me, Towers. It's been great.
No problem. So I was just trying to see what was happening out there. But not a problem, Lane. That'll be us signing off. Thanks again to Duff TV. The winners here are the Young Guns by 21 runs. Thanks to all involved. Please donate. Lend a Hand to Hugo.